But what happened? Where did it all go wrong?
I realized that in order to be successful, you had to be someone like you.
And what does that mean? A guy with the funny haircut?
Bit.
What? Excuse you?
Just a little bit.
What did you say?
Just a little bit.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
You have to lean into it, though.
Every time you show up with a new side of your creative energy, your spirit, I expect the unexpected, but I'm always shocked at how you seem to just be able to do everything at a high level, bro. Like, this song is exactly what you set out to make it sound like at that level.
Thank you. I think I do everything at an extremely mediocre level. That's kind of my...
I'm saying you're at the highest level of mediocre.
Exactly. Well, that's what I've always aspired to do. And I think I've done a great job. It's basically like these different building blocks, and I'm just slowly building each one to the top of where the mediocre line sits, and that's kind of the sweet spot.
I call it setting the bar just low enough so that I don't trip.
That is exactly it. And the thing is, setting the bar low, then if you happen to surpass the expectation, I mean, come on. Then you're gonna lay yourself down. Otherwise, you're gonna be like, "Oh my God,
why would you want?
Where did it go wrong?
Why would you want
it
to
was
win?
already going wrong."
Exactly. Why would you want to really win at that high level when you know that at some point you're gonna lose?
Exactly. And the thing is, out of all the losers, there is a winner of the losers, and that's kind of where I come in.
I love that. I love that. It makes it. By the way, it makes it easy for the rest of us too.
Exactly. I'm making your job way easier.
You're like the king of the average.
Well, even below average.
Just like that Craig David album, Slicker Than Your Average. Was that a good album title?
I don't even know who that is, but I like him.
I mean,
I like this guy.
It's not great, but it's slicker than your average. I don't know if that's a comeback album title, unless you want to be average.
Well,
or just a bit slicker.
I'm trying to be right below average. That's kind of where I'm getting at.
Just below. Is that what mediocre technically is? Just below average?
Well, even lower than that, and that's kind of where I thrive.
Right. I don't know whether I should call you Oliver, which has been my usual way of addressing you from an artistic point of view, or Cornelius.
Cornelius Cummings?
Yeah.
That's the latest character I've developed over the last...
Is it a character? Is that how you look at it? A character work?
Yeah, it is. It is. Basically, Cornelius is a designer from Belgravia, London. Okay. Fashion Week. He was born. His parents, designers.
One's from Belgravia.
Come on, man. You're ruining the whole thing for me.
No, I'm not ruining it.
Let me
I'm
have
just
this.
saying, like, Belgravia is not a place where people are raised. It's a place where people live, but you're not born in Belgravia.
Well, Cornelius was.
All right.
And that's what makes him very unique. But yeah, basically while making this album...
It's like saying I'm from Harrods, London, England. I mean,
That's funny because that was actually my second choice.
That's cool. I was born in Harrods.
Harrods is actually an incredible place.
Dude, it's sick. I mean, you can go shopping in Harrods, or you could just like sit down and have a cup of tea and just hang out for 8 hours. It's a vibe.
You got a lot of time on your hands, man.
Like what? Because you're like workaholic or something.
That's actually true. Basically, I'm sober. So the reality is addiction hops to something else. So I've really leaned into my workaholic.
Were you sober last time we spoke? I feel like you just got sober last time we spoke.
Yeah, probably a little bit, like maybe a year or something. It's been like almost 3 years.
That's right, because we talked a bit about that.
Basically, as it sits, you know, I've been not in something I'm proud of, but yeah, I've been getting pretty deep as a workaholic, and sometimes I have to kind of gauge, okay, is this affecting my life? Is this affecting those around me? Because when you're a workaholic, other people can start to be brought into the line of that as well.
Yeah.
Because I have such a high expectation, and then the people that work with me very closely, they also start to suffer. And my thing that I've kind of realized is I'm creating chaos and destruction everywhere I go. So you just got to find that sweet, magical spot where you can get to the edge and push everyone around you to the edge, and then you leave that group as burnt out as you can. And then you move to the next group and you do the same. So I'm basically just creating this forest fire, if you will.
You're a professional asshole.
No, I didn't say that.
I mean, I'm saying that.
I guess you could go that far.
All right, good.
No, the thing is, it's really for the sake of making incredible art, and nothing gets done. You know, even for the art that I make that's extremely mediocre, you have to go so high and shoot so high just to reach a level of mediocre. Kind of like this show.
You put the me in mediocre. It's like a narcissism.
Like you know this stuff very well. It sounds like you know a thing or two about this.
How's family?
Family's good. I'm going to be seeing them tonight at Red Rocks. I'm performing.
Oh, that's right. You're performing at Red Rocks.
Tonight. And all my family's coming. Grandma, aunts, uncles. It's a family reunion.
We lol a lot, you and I. Sometimes we bury the truth in the lols, and other times we just let the lol be the lol. But I want to give you something super genuine. I'm really happy for you.
Stop.
You get to go
You
out.
don't mean that. You and I
do.
both know you don't mean
I
that.
actually really do. Like, can I not be genuine once in a while?
I like it. This is a whole new side of you. I'm not used to this side.
Would it be better if I went like this? Woo! I'm really happy for you, man.
We're going to have to mix this down so that this... How loud is this going to be? Are we clipping on the audio?
I know what I'm doing.
I like it. Whatever you're doing, it's working.
I'm really very happy that you're playing Red Rocks. It's a hallowed venue. It's a beautiful place. To me, I would imagine for you, it's a feeling of achievement to be able to go out there and I mean, if your family and friends are going to be there, it must be.
Yeah, this is a long time coming. I've been working on this show for 5 years. So as far as I'm concerned, this is most of my life work combined. Everything I've done in the last 5 years is actually being put into the show, and I've invested millions of dollars into this performance. And it's something that's, in my opinion, going to revolutionize the idea of not only the concert, but also cinema. The idea of merging together a concert, a movie, a TV show, and a Broadway play. So
Wow.
I'm taking all these things and I'm actually colliding them together for this concert. And it's something that I wrote a 36-page screenplay to fill in the gaps between what I'd already been creating. But the idea is I perform a show where I'm on stage watching the characters watching themselves on a TV, and sometimes they even watch themselves while this is all happening. A crowd is watching me. So there's basically 4 to 5 layers deep.
It's the multiverse.
It is the multiverse, and you get for the first time to see how all these characters exist together and how they are all essentially from a different timeline.
That's what I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you how Cornelius, is currently relating to the cowboy.
Yeah, the idea here is that they're just different timelines. Basically,
All
of them.
happening simultaneously at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So the cowboy's still rocking.
He's still going strong, even though that was the biggest flop of my career. I think you'll get to finally see the potential of that character. He's actually one of my favorites in the entire movie, if you will.
I like that album.
Thank you, man. You might be one of the few.
I think so.
That's why I love you.
Yeah. I'm a ride or die. You know that?
That's what I love about you. But no, I think this show is really exciting because it's something that can be developed and changed and altered, and it takes the idea of a movie, but a movie that can keep transforming and keep evolving year to year. And so it's something that is going to be probably the rest of my life a work in progress. And it's going to keep being developed and keep changing and keep updating it to make it fresh and a new experience. But the way that it connects the dots and gets to thread through these storylines and show how all the music videos I've ever made all are intertwined and live in this one universe. It's a very exciting concept to me.
I feel like it's a bit, and then we have these incredibly meaningful conversations about life, and I'm into that. And so it's always this unique balance between the two. And we're getting better.
That first one was rough.
Terrible.
So it's easy to get better after that. And this one is also probably pretty rough, especially for the viewers at home. It's only going to get easier each time.
So Red Rocks tonight, the album is done. What else do you want us to know about life right now, Oliver?
I've been working very hard on this album for 3 years.
Just you.
I mean, I work with other people.
Like?
Weathan, my friend, who I've made probably the bulk of my music with, me and him.
So good.
We did at least half the album together. And he's an amazing beat maker, sound designer. This album I feel really proud about because I took full control of the instrumentation. And there's some songs where I was took a step back, but I played probably 80% of the instruments on this album. So a lot of guitar, a lot of synthesis, a lot of playing keys and piano.
You got it on your phone, the album?
I don't have a phone on me. So is this your way of wrapping up the interview? You're like, let's get him out. I'll pull out the guitar, do some sleepers.
Very much.
It's beautiful, man. But anyways, with this album, like I was saying, I'm really proud because I did some songs by myself on there where I used to make all the from scratch, but now I've taken a step back and said, okay, let me focus in on what I really want to do and find people who can carry the weight for things that aren't as exciting to me. And I kind of lost the love for beat making. I used to be a big Jay Dilla fan, and I studied the craft of beat making. I used to dig through crates.
Same.
and make
What's the best
my
year?
stuff.
What's the best year? What's the What's the song unheard, sight unseen, like year for like buying
What
a
are
sample?
you speaking English?
What
did you just say?
Sight unseen, unheard in the sample.
I like this version of you the most. So, what was your question? I think I'm missing it. So you used to be a crate digger as well.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
But what happened? Where did it all go wrong?
I realized that in order to be successful, you had to be someone like you.
And what does that mean? A guy with the funny haircut?
Bit.
What? Excuse you?
Just a little bit.
What did you say?
Just a little bit.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
You have to lean into it, though.
I was going to say, did you not hear me the first time? Because
I didn't hear it the first time. I'm hard of hearing. I had a little bit of damage on my right ear.
Bounce is the name of the song. Oliver Tree is the person that we know. We are now getting to know this new human being called Cornelius Cummings, a designer in the world of the arts, in music, here to subvert and create. Playing Red Rocks this evening in full attendance with his nearest and dearest. We welcome and say thank you to Oliver Tree for joining us for another average, below average, mediocre conversation.
And thank you for the opportunity to be on your below average show.
You're welcome.